I hope you clicked on this YouTube video because you recently decided that you want to be an actor and you need to book your first role on a TV show or a movie or a short film or a student film, right? That's the first step to getting into acting, and you're probably wondering, as a beginner, what are the steps? How am I actually going to do this? How am I going to go from having zero experience acting to getting my first booking? And that is what we're going to talk about today. But first, who am I? Who is this girl giving me advice? My name is Hannah Bamberg. I am an actress. I started in Birmingham, Alabama with zero experience. I just wanted to be an actor. I had a dream. I hopped on YouTube and I was like, how do I be an actor? And YouTube was one of the reasons I am where I am today, which is on shows like Grey's Anatomy, SWAT, Mayans, Criminal Minds, Grownish. I've been the lead in my own Lifetime movie. I am still on a journey to act for the rest of my life, but I'm very passionate about sharing with you guys tips and tricks on how to go from beginner, brand new baby actor who just has a dream, who may be in the middle of nowhere and is afraid and doesn't know if they're too old or they don't have the right look or what are the steps, how do I do it? This channel is for that. So if that's what you're looking for, please like and subscribe. Today we're gonna get into how to book your first role. I'm gonna tell you how I booked my first role, and I'm really thankful that Backstage is sponsoring this video because Backstage is actually how I booked my very first role. I was living in Birmingham, Alabama, no experience acting, and I created a Backstage account and I got my first role in a feature film, flew me out to New York City. We also filmed in Atlanta, and Backstage, guys, has been around since 1960. They are a trusted casting website. They have huge castings for like HBO and Disney and Netflix, but they also have roles for short films and student films and background roles. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is how you're going to get your first footage, okay? Sign up for Backstage. My code is Hannah5. You can get your first month for $5. Also, one thing I love about Backstage, if you are an actor, you want to make sure you don't miss any of those breakdowns, any of those roles, so you can get on and submit. Backstage actually will allow you to get castings sent to your email. So for me, example, I can say I want roles for girl ages 20 to 25 years old, based in Birmingham, Alabama or Los Angeles, California, and it will send those roles straight to my inbox. You also upload headshots, your resume, and submit to auditions right now without an agent, without a manager, and this is actually going to help you get an agent and a manager. So today, go sign up for Backstage. My code is Hannah5. You can get your first month for $5 and literally start submitting to roles in your area today. Now, I do encourage you to watch the rest of this video because it's going to help you actually set up your Backstage account, get your headshots, get all of that stuff perfect, so that you can actually get called in to audition for roles and book them. I feel like when people or actors give advice to other actors, a lot of times they forget the beginning stages and they kind of go into, this is what you need to get into acting, and it's all true, but I think people forget what it's really like to start at the beginning, to be overwhelmed, to feel like, oh my gosh, what's actually my first step today? So we're gonna break that down. I'm going to break it down to little tiny bite-sized pieces and tell you today, if you have no experience, this is what I would do if I were you right now to start booking your first roles, to start getting in those short films, student films, and to start being competitive. So this is the first thing I would do. Step 1 and step 2 are 2 things I would do simultaneously. Literally today when I career coach people, because I'm also a career coach, this is the first thing I tell them to do if they're trying to get into acting, especially if they're in the middle of nowhere. First of all, I want you to start researching what type of characters you can play on TV. That is very easy, okay? When I was younger, in my teens, I was watching the CW, Vampire Diaries, like there was a lot of people on those shows, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. Write that down. The second thing is you're going to get headshots. Now, you may be wondering, how do I find headshot photographers in my area? So you're going to Google acting headshot photographers in blank. In my area. Now, I want you to look and make sure that they are not just business headshots. So a lot of photographers will do headshots for businesses, so corporate headshots. We're not looking for corporate headshots. We are looking for acting headshots. So Also, what you need to Google today is Los Angeles, California acting headshot photographers. I want you to look at some of the top-notch photographers out here in LA, and remember that when you get your headshots, that is what you're competing with, okay? So you need to find an amazing headshot photographer in your area. Luckily, a lot of small markets, even Alabama, there are headshot photographers for actors now. I do recommend though, if you don't have one in your actual area, like I was in Alabama, there wasn't any in Alabama 9-10 years ago when I started. I drove to Atlanta. And let me say, guys, before I even get into this, acting is an investment, okay? Unfortunately, everything in life that we want to do is going to be an investment, right? I just talked about Backstage, right? That's something you have to pay for. There are casting services that you have to pay for. There are headshots that you're going to have to pay for. But I want you to look at it like this. It's not that you're just paying for it. It's an investment into yourself. It's an investment into your future, an investment into your dreams. And guys, if you book a TV show, if you book like one co-star, that's like $1,200 just for that one day. You're going to make even more money on that co-star, that small, tiny little part. So your investment hopefully will pay off if you do it right. And speaking of do it right, let's get back into the headshots. I want you to find a headshot photographer that's really great, okay? If you have to drive 2 to 3 hours, or you have to save your money up and plan a little trip, okay, to Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Los Angeles, honestly, most major, like Texas has a bunch of them, Austin, like Google, find headshot photographers maybe in surrounding areas if you're in the middle of nowhere, and I want you to drive, okay? I don't want you to get a friend. Your friend cannot shoot your headshots because you are going to get high quality headshots because you are a high quality actor. You're serious about your career, okay? Now this should also be step one. Step one is headshots, and step one is classes, acting classes. Now, you are so lucky